The hardest part of getting rich isn't making the money. It's killing the poor version of yourself. Society loves the underdog story. The child who started with absolutely nothing, fought the odds, and built an empire. We see the luxury cars, the big houses, the massive success, but we don't see what happens inside their head when the doors are closed. What if I told you that the people who finally escape poverty are often the ones who are the most trapped? Their bank accounts are overflowing, but their minds are stuck in survival mode. They buy expensive things, but secretly feel a creeping panic every time money leaves their hands. They made it out, but the truth is, they never actually left. Why does someone with everything still think like someone with nothing? Because money only changes your environment. It does not change your psychology. Subscribe if you want to understand how your mind really works. There is a hidden cost to escaping poverty that no one tells you about. A quiet obsession that controls every decision you make long after you have won the game. Imagine a man who finally built the life he dreamed of as a kid. He wakes up in a quiet, expensive house. He drives a car that costs more than his parents made in a decade. His family will never know what it means to go to sleep hungry. To the outside world, he won. He is the ultimate success story. But watch him closely. He works 80 hours a week, pushing himself to the edge of burnout. He checks his bank accounts obsessively, sometimes 3 times a day. He refuses to take a real vacation because stopping feels dangerous. Even when he spends money on himself, a heavy guilt instantly swallows him. Why? Because there is an invisible ghost sitting in the passenger seat of his luxury car. The ghost of the little boy who remembers the electricity being shut off. The boy who listened to his parents argue about unpaid bills through thin walls. His physical reality has completely changed, but his nervous system hasn't. He lives in a fortress of wealth, but mentally, he is still waiting for the eviction notice. This is the psychology of financial trauma. When you grow up with nothing, your brain rewires itself for survival. It learns that peace is a trap. It believes that the exact moment you let your guard down, everything will be taken away. Have you ever noticed this in your own life? Maybe not with millions of dollars, but with how hard it is to just relax when things are finally going well. You start waiting for the other shoe to drop. Society looks at these high achievers and praises them. We buy their books. We call their behavior relentless ambition. We celebrate the hustle and the grind. But here is the uncomfortable twist. It isn't ambition at all. It is a trauma response. These people are not running toward success. They are sprinting away from starvation. Their unbelievable work ethic is not fueled by a grand vision for the future. It is fueled by absolute terror of the past. They build empires not because they want to rule, but because they are terrified of being powerless again. They use money as a shield. But no matter how thick the shield gets, they still feel naked. Here is the hard truth. Changing your bank account does not change your brain chemistry. You can deposit millions of dollars, but you cannot deposit a feeling of safety. Until you realize this, you will always be a prisoner to the very money that was supposed to set you free. You will trade the poverty of your childhood for a different kind of poverty, the poverty of a mind that can never rest. You don't need another zero in your net worth. You need a new baseline for reality. Real wealth is not the endless accumulation of money. Real wealth is the total elimination of financial fear. It is the ability to stop fighting a war that ended years ago, to look around at the life you built and finally accept that you are safe. If you do not make this shift, the money will never be enough. Because the ultimate tragedy isn't losing everything you worked for. It is spending your entire life running away from poverty, only to realize the real poverty was never in your wallet. It was how you think.